This one sentence helped stop my jealousy in relationships. And if this video helps you just as much as it helped me, follow my page. It's all about discovering yourself and becoming your best you. It's not about trusting them, it's about trusting yourself. You see, the goal isn't necessarily to trust them because they're gonna do whatever they want to do, whether you trust them or not. The goal is to love and trust yourself enough so that even if the worst thing happens, you know that you'll be able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. And if you learn to do this, two really awesome things are gonna happen. You'll allow yourself to love way harder and worry a whole lot less.
Okay, this dude is right, but that's easier said than done because there are things that go on in a relationship that he did not address.
Who keeps texting you?
Why not?
Well, do you want me to respond? He's texted like 15 times.
No, just call him later.
Yeah, so that speech he made was all nice and dandy. But what if a person is uh hiding their phone text messages from you, taking a call and then walking into another room and you know it's not a business call, uh, them hiding their social media accounts from you, them having a Snapchat and you're not privy of what's going on in there, if they are still on a dating app, those things right there. That's why I say for men, make yourself available that you can always just leave once you feel uncomfortable. But yeah, let's start this right now. Hey, my friends, welcome to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Thank you for being here. Today's video is going to be about jealousy. Is it normal? Is it healthy? I do think a little bit of jealousy is okay, but I guess, of course, that is a fine line. And I believe in balance in a relationship that there's always going to be one person that's a little bit more jealous than the other person. Like me by nature, I'm usually not a jealous man, but looking back on my past relationships, I was naive. So, the woman could have been getting pumped and dumped, and she comes back to me, and I think everything's a okay. So, I do think you have to pay attention to your gut feeling. And on here, I'm going to be like balanced and fair because both men and women both go through this particular thing right here. So for women, I don't want to say that your emotions don't mean nothing and that you thinking that maybe something shady and going on is always wrong. But I will say this one thing I don't like what women will do sometimes is will be a-okay, and then you will go talk to one of your single friends or one of those guy friends that has a crush on you, and then what will happen after that? You will come back and give me a lot of negative energy and be in like an attitude and be all up my ass in something that you was at first okay with. Let me use an example. It could be a thing of like I'm taking pictures of um, women performers, And hey, it's okay if you friend those performers or you know them or something like that. That makes you more comfortable, because I am all about making the other person feel comfortable so that I have less stress, especially now. And of course, though, that took me learning and growing not to hide things, but to be more upfront at the beginning. That way, we don't circle around and then have these issues later. But first, you're okay with me taking pictures of these women. Then you go talk to your women friends or some guy that's trying to smash you, and then you come back and then you give me attitude, and then all of a sudden it is an issue or a problem. Now, I understand if maybe you didn't process it at first, but I would say at least come at the person in a more uh grown up way. I could not think of the right word to use, and then have a conversation about it. But if every time it seems like you talk to somebody else and then you're coming to me, then there's going to be a problem, because I'm going to feel like it's too many people in the relationship. And that's what I mean, that I hate outside interference from other people. Even though sometimes they are looking out for people, but the only time it seems like they have a real effect is when you're with a good or decent guy. When you're with those bad dudes that's treating you bad, you don't listen to anybody. So anyway, let's look at this first video.
Don't look at girls, okay? Like I told you.
Okay. I'm just like not understanding what's going on, and I'm trying to fill in the boredness. But if I even turn my head, she doesn't like it, and that's up.
Just look at me when you're not looking to the face.
Berbahasa sentensi Simpang Loyo Sinopis Edukas.
Here we are again with Mary getting insecure and jealous, even though we talked a lot about how that won't happen anymore. To be physically controlled, like where I can look, who I can speak to, I don't think anyone should have to live like that. I just feel like I can't win.
Don't look at girls.
I know. It can't be like this forever.
Behave.
Oh yes, homie. This can last forever. I know in my longest relationship, she was always jealous. Until the end, until I guess she fell for somebody else, or she lost her feelings. That's when I knew she didn't love me, or maybe that never was love. Maybe that was more attachment. But she was not attached to me then. Once she stopped being a demon with that particular thing. So I do believe there's levels to it. That woman right there, she was, and maybe because she was on camera, but she was far nicer than most women that I see that are jealous. Because most women that are jealous will be like, "What the hell are you looking at? Why are you looking at her? Do you want to be with her?" Like, usually they give you that type of energy, like all in your face. Now, there are some women, like that video I showed way earlier, that the woman is asking like, "Well, who's texting you?" or something, which, I think that's fine. For a person to ask you who's texting you, who's constantly texting you, and you won't answer it in front of me. Obviously, look, any common sense person is going to wonder like, "Hey, what's up with that?" Now, for women, because I know this does happen sometimes too. If you are getting those signals right there, and then you go talk to your girlfriends or that guy that's crushing on you, and then you come back to me with new conviction and like, "I want answers now," or something. Okay, that's okay, because at least you was questioning it before. Is My issue is when women are a-okay with something, and then later, then it's a problem because you was talking to somebody else. somebody putting stuff in your head. And I'm sorry, I feel like that's a weak individual. The men do this maybe sometime, but usually we don't let other men sway us that much unless when we are young. When we are young or something that we really don't know, that's when we will listen to what other guys are saying. But most of the time, we follow the beat of our own drummer. A lot of women, it seems like y'all get too influenced by other people saying stuff sometimes, unless if that guy is like you are like knee deep in love or attachment with that guy, and usually y'all only give that energy to like the bad boys. I guess because a lot of people are telling you not to do it, and because you are going against the grain, you're not going to share stuff that he's doing that's making you feel uncomfortable because you don't want to be proven wrong. I mean, that's my only theory with that. Now, getting back to the jealousy thing, I think a little bit of jealousy is okay. And she was basically nice telling him that right there, even though that is controlling. But see, look at that dynamic there. Those are the type of guys that will usually pit up with that from women. And hey, I gotta admit, I pit up with that with my ex-wife. I pit up with that with her. But see, I looked at it this way. I was like, then she must really value and want to not lose me because of the way that she's acting. Because that was my longest relationship, and that was the woman that went through the most with me. So I accepted that from her because in my mind, I thought like she must love me or something because because she has that energy. And this is double standard thing that I will this is one of the few double standard things that I will go along with. Um is more acceptable if a woman is like jealous like that, because when men are jealous like that, they'll I guess because we are just more destructive and more forceful, and of course we can hurt and delete people. So for men, do not never get to that level of jealousy, but questioning what your woman is doing, I understand. Anyway, is a twist with this, so let's look at that.
So, do you know that Mary unplugged her Wi-Fi, turned off her phone to go hang out many other time with us?
I don't know what to say because Brandon doesn't know that I sometimes unplug the Wi-Fi so I can hang out with my friends without Brandon knowing. I just tell Brandon that we have a power outage.
Wow. And there you go. I believe all women, and this is one of those few times I will say all women that are jealous and controlling like that, even though she did not display a temper, they are hiding stuff from you. They are hanging out with dudes. And like that dude was looking at him, he had that look like, you don't know, but I'm tapping that. And who knows? Look, I'm insinuating right there. And that's the thing. I can't always answer with women, but especially with men. Men that are very jealous. Like, what's she doing? She better not be cheating on you. Those men that I closely know, most of the time they are cheating on their woman because they don't want they could not handle it back. So, and I was unsure because women usually would not like, they're usually loosey goosey with like sharing information, but they usually do not share this one. But with some of the women, and that's another reason why I know a lot of women now. With some of the women, I've seen leaks that yes, if they are overly jealous like that, they are doing shit. And especially if your woman ever tells you, like, I wish you would cheat on me. She's already cheated on you. She already cheated on you. I don't know. She could cheat on you with a girl. She might went sloppy toppy on some dude, but she cheated on you. Maybe she didn't even go to full length, but she's done something. And that's the thing that just scares me with relationships right now because, as I say, women cheat as much as men. They're just better at it. And sometimes, like, men's end goal is usually to get sex, but women's end goal could be to emotionally cheat, to like share stuff, to build a bond. That's cheating. Micro cheating, but yes, that's cheating as well. To well, of course, I always believe when you're telling intimate stuff of your relationship, like maybe saying one thing like, okay, me and so and so got into a fight, but getting in all into the guts of your relationship with another person, you are betraying them in a way because you should be able to talk to them about it. And if you can't, then maybe you should talk to a counselor or something like that. I think most of the time when men are sitting listening to women complain about their partner or something, they like that woman, or either they just want to smash her or something. Now it's a different just in case they are siblings or something, and that's the only way I think that's like acceptable. But of course, though, that can work against you if the brother don't like you or the cousin don't like you. But that's just a long line there. I don't want this video to be too long, so of course, though, I will announce there are definitely videos or times that men are being overly controlling, overly jealous. And that's the thing too. I usually see men like that overly jealous with women that are not doing nothing. They come straight home from work. They tell them everything. They keep guys away. Those guys, and look, I don't want to jeopardize anybody's relationship out there, but most of those guys, like I say, they are doing a lot of dirt, and they just could not take it if their woman was doing the same thing. But now I understand women are the same way, but only with those nice or decent or good guys. Those are the guys that they'll be all up their ass, and they'll be doing stuff. Quick story that I'll say before I'll cut this off. I know the one I was in a long-term relationship with. I mean, I know it was one time she cheated, and of course I cheated back. And I know that's not right there. But look, I'm being honest. So it's kind of like I knew she was going to do something, and of course, I mean, I'll give her credit. She admitted that she did something, and I was right. So I have some intuition myself. But see, I did something too. Of course, I wasn't able to finish because I was going to work, but I did not trust her that way. And of course, though, why stay together? I don't know. Why do we do the things that we do? I can blame it on being young, but this was the woman that I was with, and everything was kind of going well. So I was like, we're going to make mistakes, and hopefully we'll get past it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I know it was one time I was with her, and this is a telltale sign that men can use to know if a woman has cheated on him. Is if you are with a woman and she is always tight down there, and then one day you go in there and you're like swimming in there. She was with a guy that was definitely bigger than you, and this is why men are insecure about that size stuff with like your past dudes. So anyway, I'm done. You guys have a good day. Give me a like, subscribe, and have a good day.
Why is modern dating so hard for women?
Because boys be cheating.
That's why?
Yes, boys ain't shit.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I've witnessed it, I've seen it, and it is true. Like
how is it true? Give me an example.
I hate to say it, but all men are the same.
How are all men the same?
Because when they like what they see, they go after it, whether you are in a relationship or not.
You don't think a dissatisfied woman would do the same thing?
Women will. I can agree to that. Women will.
So, with that being said, I could say all women are the same too, right?
Technically, yes.
But how would you feel if I compared you to the next Asian chick that walked down the block?
Okay, I can say. Okay, so it actually depends on the person.
Dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game.